this video you can find out how to connect your sales channel to your account on Something Different Connect so that you can list products in bulk and automate orders, pricing and stock levels. To get started, you either need to sign in to your account or register for a new one. We've already created a test account, so we're just going to go ahead and log in. Once you've logged in, the first thing that you need to do is to update your settings. So if you go to settings and then account settings, here you'll need to input all the information about your business. This is just so that we've got the correct contact information about you should we ever need to contact you about an order. Once you've filled this information in, just click save. The next step is to then enter a default payment method. Entering a default payment method will ensure that once your order imports into Connect from your sales channel, it's automatically paid for so that the order comes through to us as soon as possible. So to add a default payment method, just click Add. This will take you through to Trust Payments. No payment will actually be taken at this point. You'll just need to select your card type, enter your information. So as you can see, this has added the card information here. So if you just hover over the card number and click it, it will ask you to set this as your default payment method and just click OK and then click Save. Now that you've added your default payment method, the next step is to look for products that you'd like to sell. So you can do this by using the search bar. If you're looking for something specific, so if we just type in house, you'll see different options for this. You can also explore by product type, or you can explore by themes. And if you're looking for products exclusive to us or something different, you can explore our ranges, which have all been designed and developed by us. Here is something different. Some of our most popular categories, if you're just getting started, are new in and best sellers. And once you find something that you'd like to sell, you just need to click the source button. And anything that you source will be added to your My Products list. The My Products list is a great place to get an overview of all of the items that you've sourced. You'll see the image of the product, the SKU, the product title, the cost price, which is what you pay us for the item, the stock level, and the date that you sourced the item. Once you've connected your sales channels, they will also appear here, and you'll be able to see what you've uploaded to which sales channel, which is so if you decide that you want to sell certain products on certain platforms, My Products is a good place to get an overview of everything that you've decided to sell. If at any time you'd like to stop selling a certain item, you can come in here and tick the item and click Unsource. Just bear in mind that you would also need to delete the product manually from your selected sales channel. Now that you've chosen products that you'd like to sell, you can connect your sales channel. So to do this, just go to Settings, Sales Channel Integrations, and Add Sales Channel. And if you just scroll to the integration that you'd like to add, and then just click the Add button next to it. We're going to show you how to integrate Shopify. So if we just scroll down to Shopify and click Add, here in the account name just enter the name of your Shopify store. So we're just going to put SD Connect Test and next, and here it will ask for the URL of your store. So if you here we've already opened up Shopify. On the login screen you can see the name of your Shopify domain just there. So we'll just paste this in and click Next, and then click Auth key. And this will take you into Shopify. If you haven't logged in already, it may ask you to log in. And it will ask you to install the app, and you can see here that it's Avasam and they're our developer for the app, and this just shows you what information that the app look set. So just click install. And then you'll see this page which shows that everything's been connected, and you can just close this window. And then you'll be taken back into Connect, where you can click Next. And click Next again. And then it will say here that your sales channel has been configured successfully. However, there's just a few more steps that you need to do to ensure that everything's working as it should. So if you just click the pencil icon, here you'll be taken to another screen with some further information to edit. So on this screen you can see that there's an option to reauthorize or test channel. So those can be used in future if you're unsure if your connection is working okay. You can test the integration to see if everything's working as it should, or if you ever need to reauthorize, you can do that here as well. So the first thing you need to do is to map your shipping. So if you go to shipping mapping and click shipping mapping tool, what this does is it takes the delivery options that you've set up on your sales channel and allows you to map them to the services that we offer here at Something Different. So as you can see, we've set up here on our test Shopify account an express shipping service, and we're going to map that to the service which we offer here at Something Different, which is expedited tracked. So for delivery here at Something Different, we will dispatch orders received before 2 PM Monday to Friday the same day. If you place an order after 2 PM or on a weekend, it will be dispatched the next working day. So once you've selected an option, just click Map Field. At the moment we only offer one delivery service, and that is using Every. It's a 48-hour tracked delivery service. So if you do offer more than one shipping service on your sales channel, you'll need to map each of them to this expedited track service and click Save. So the next step after mapping your shipping is to map your SKUs. So if you're using the listing manager here with Something Different Connect to list products on your Shopify store, it will automatically list those items using our SKUs. This makes it nice and simple because from this action available drop down you can click auto map and it will automatically map the SKUs for you. And what that's doing is just pairing up the products on your sales channel with the products here on Something Different Connect, so that when an order comes in for one of those items from your store, we know which product that is on our side so that we can pick and pack the correct item to go in each order. In some cases, some sales channels may apply a different SKU to a product after listing it, such as eBay or Amazon, and in those cases there's an option here to manually map those SKUs by clicking on the SKU mapping tool. And once you view this screen, you'll see the items that you've sourced here in Something Different Connect and then the SKUs on your sales channel, and you can manually select each one to link them up. However, with Shopify it's nice and simple and you can just auto map. Once you've mapped your SKUs, the next step here is optional. It's called Shopify Type Mapping, and what this does is it pulls through here in this supply category drop down all the categories we've created here on Something Different Connect, so that you can map them to product types that you've set up on your Shopify store. So if your Shopify store is completely new and you haven't populated any Shopify types, for now you may want to skip this step and come back to it later. But if you have an existing Shopify store and you've populated different product types, you can use this to say that anything that's in our glasses cases category, when you list it, will be assigned a glasses cases product type. So you just select an option from both drop downs and click map, and you can repeat this as many times as you need to. If you haven't set up any product types in your Shopify store, nothing will pull through to this drop down. So it may be a case of listing a few different product types from Connect, adding those product types in Shopify, and then coming back to this section later to map any products that you decide to list in future. Once you've updated that, just click Save. So the final step in setting up your integration is to go into additional settings. Here you can see that fulfillment location is SD Connect. The next option here is completely optional. Default collection will allow you to put anything you decide to list from Something Different Connect into a collection by default on your Shopify store. So in this drop down it will pull through any collections that you've set up in Shopify. So as an example, you may decide to put anything you list from Something Different Connect into a new in category on your Shopify store. So you could select that here. Split orders with unknown SKUs. So if you, for example, list products from another supplier and your customer orders products from us and products from the other supplier in one order, what that will do is it will split the order in Something Different Connect, so you can see the items fulfilled by us and then the items fulfilled by the other supplier. So if you'd like to do that, just tick that to yes. If you'd like to exclude non-SD Connect orders, so you don't want to pull in any SKUs that aren't from us, just tick this option to yes. If you'd like to update stock automatically, tick yes. And if you'd like to update price automatically, tick that to yes too. Max quantity to advertise, so you can use this setting to cap the quantity of items. So if you're showing stock levels to your customers, as we are primarily a wholesale company, we do carry large volumes of stock for our products, so you may see quantities in the thousands. If you want to create more of a sense of urgency or a sense of that the product's in demand, you may want to limit the quantity that's displayed. So for example, you could put in here 200, so the max quantity that customers would see for your products on your Shopify store is 200, and once that product does reach that stock level of 200, it will start to count down in real amounts. So it will go to 199, 198 and count down in real amounts. If you'd like to provide more of a buffer for the stock, so if you don't want to wait till a product reaches 0 before marking it as out of stock, you may want to put a buffer in here of say 5. So once that product does reach a stock level of 5, it will be marked as out of stock. And then once you've completed those settings, just click Save. Now that you've finished your integration setup, the next step is to list products on your store. So to do this, go to Listing Manager in the left hand menu, and here you can see an overview of all the integrations you've set up. Just an example we'll show you on Shopify. So if, for example, you'd chosen to integrate more than one different Shopify store, you'd be able to differentiate them using the name here. If we scroll further across to the right, you can see that the orders are syncing, the price is syncing, and the stock is syncing, and we can see a green tick, so we know that that's working okay. If we expand this using the plus icon, we can see the date and the time that sync last ran. If you've just finished setting up your integration, some of these ticks may show as orange, which means it's in the process of syncing for the first time. If they show as grey, it means that there's been a problem with the integration and it's not working. That's mainly for order sync. If that shows as grey, it means something's not working as it should. If price sync and stock sync shows as grey, it's because you haven't ticked that setting to on in the integration settings. So if you go and do that now, that will eventually change to green as well. If we scroll further across to the right and click Listings, this will take you into the Listing Manager for that sales channel. Here in Listing Manager you can see all of the products that you've selected to source. In the first column we've got a product image, then the SKU, the title of the product. If you click here, you can see the product description. You can edit this as you like, so just make your changes and click Update to save any amendments to the product description. You can see the stock level, the cost price, which is what you pay us for the item. If you click this little box, you can see the delivery prices, So as an example, this item is 0.36 kilograms, which means it falls into this bracket. So it's $4.79 including VAT for delivery for this item. You can see the selling price, which you can edit manually, or you can create a pricing rule. So we'll show you how to create a pricing rule in just a moment. And here under product type, in this drop down, it will pull through any product types that you've set up in your Shopify store. So just an example, this item is an oil burner. So we'll add it into oil burners as a product type. And we can also add it to the oil burners collection we've set up on our Shopify store. Just to note that you would need to have populated these in your Shopify store for anything to pull through to these drop down options. And then when you've added all the information and you're happy with it, you just need to tick the item and click list. So for this one, we've already listed it, which we can see from the green tick. If you haven't listed it yet, you'll see this blue cloud, and you've already listed it, but perhaps previously you've added it manually to your store, it will recognize the item has already been listed from the SKU, and you'll see that the information's grayed out on the product title, and that means that it sees your Shopify listing, the manual entry you added to your store as kind of the lead. So if you wanted to make any changes to that item, you'd need to make it within Shopify. So if we look for an item that hasn't been listed yet, all we need to do is tick it and click list, and this will change from a blue cloud and eventually to a green tick. You'll see a success message, and you might also see a message asking you to wait, but it is okay to navigate away from this page whilst you're waiting for items to list. Once you've been listing items for a few weeks, it might become difficult to see what's already been listed and what hasn't. So an easy way to view what you haven't listed yet is to use the filter and status and select not listed and apply. And there you can see any items you might have recently sourced that you'd like to list on your store. If you'd like to automate your prices instead of updating them manually, you can do this by clicking the Automate Your Prices button here. And in this example, we're just going to show you using a Shopify store, as the pricing rules are the same for all the sales channel integrations. So for the rule name, you'll want to use something which is easily identifiable in case you create multiple different pricing rules in future. The source will pull through any sales channels that you've connected. So in this example, we're just going to use Shopify. And the subsource will pull through any different Shopify stores that you've integrated. So if you've added more than one Shopify store, the different options would be available in this drop down. And the currency is GBP. Apply to all suppliers is yes. Apply to all categories could be yes or no. If you selected no, you could change the uplift for different categories on your store. As an example, you may decide to have a sale category and apply a lower uplift to the products in that category. For this example, we're just going to leave this setting as yes to apply to all products. The price increase can be done by either a percentage amount, so in this example we're going to just add 100% uplift, or it could be a fixed monetary value, so for example £2. You can choose to include the shipping cost within the product listing price. If you'd like to do this, you can tick this to yes, and here's our expedited track service. And then you can also round up the product prices to say 50p or 99p. And then when you're happy with those settings, just tick please acknowledge and save. And then here you can see your pricing rule, which you can edit at any time by clicking the pencil icon. You can also delete it, or you can toggle the status so it's on or off. And then if we go back into Listing Manager, again we'll just show the Shopify example, we can see that The selling price has been greyed out so it can't be edited manually, and it has the auto icon here so we know that this has been controlled by a pricing rule. You can keep track of your orders here in the orders dashboard, which is available here just in the left hand menu. This will show you each of the orders and whether the order's been paid for or not. If the pound symbol is green, it means that the order's been paid for. If it's red, it means the order hasn't been paid for just yet. And you can easily pay for the order by clicking the three dots and selecting Pay Order. From this menu you can also view more details about the order, edit the order, or raise a ticket. But please note, if you do choose to edit the order, it may possibly be too late and the order has been sent through for picking and packing. If you'd like to edit an order, we always recommend contacting our customer care team as soon as possible. On this dashboard you can also see where the order came from, so if you see our Something Different Connect logo, that order was added manually. If it came through an integration, you'll see the Shopify logo or eBay logo, or whichever channel the order came from. If you've connected a sales channel and you've come here to the orders dashboard to check on the status of the orders, and you've set up a default payment method but the pound symbol is still red, you can just hover over the pound symbol and it will tell you what the error is with the order. Sometimes it might be that there was an error with processing the card payment, or perhaps it might be for another reason, such as a problem with mapping the delivery services. So this is a great place to come and troubleshoot any errors with orders. From here you can also look at returns. If you've requested any returns, just click here and these will be listed so that you can follow and track the status. So this brings us to the end of everything you need to get started on Something Different Connect. If you have any further questions or require any more information, you can find links to our FAQs page and also our help centre available here in the footer of the website. The Help Centre contains lots of helpful articles on all the different tools and settings available in Connect. Or if you need to reach out to us, you can find details on our Contact Us page. We're open from 8:30 to 4:30 Monday to Friday.